Hi everyone, Happy New Year. I just have a lot of announcements to make and I thought it would be easier just to do this by a video. First of all, we were supposed to have this large amount of money transferred, for the money for the rest of the fiscal year transferred over to our subcontractor, Illinois Rural Health Association. And I did that at the beginning of October. It should have been there plenty of time. And then I started panicking at the end of the semester and I had to do a lot of detective work and figured out where along the way one mistake was made with the person submitting it to the wrong person. Anyway, I caught that and then had it fixed, but it created delays that I just can't. There's nothing I can do about. Uh, so I apologize. I know it causes inconvenience and it defeats the whole purpose of having an emergency fund. The nature of emergency is a lot of times you need the money right away. I'm sorry. Uh, you know, I don't suppose you care because it doesn't affect you, but I think I figured out a way so I just can avoid all of this drama next year and just transfer all the money before anyone even is in the program, and then we won't have to deal with all of these problems. So I apologize for inconvenience that has caused you. We're waiting for a large amount of. I will the whole university then made it make it worse. I caught the mistake a week and a half before the whole university shut down, and then fixed it, and then the whole university shut down for break, and everything shuts down. So it doesn't open up again formally until tomorrow, January 6th. I will start doing more detective work now, pushing them along, seeing why it hasn't been transferred yet. I fully expect it to be transferred before the resident weekend. I hope before that, even before that. So some people had questions. I hope you check your emails that Jennifer Ridge told you that the resident weekend is the last weekend in January. Remember, this is a little different that you come Saturday morning, 8 a.m., and then we finish Sunday at noon. Related to the resident weekend, I know we've had a lot of people that ran into different types of barriers. Some with some with failing the course. The people that failed the courses can't proceed in the program. But other people did academically well in the first semester courses, the 3 academic courses, but having delays in their internship for various reasons. Or had problems with getting the visiting student thing figured out, which, guys, I told you had to do that. There's nothing we can do about that, and you have to do that. So anyway, for a number of reasons, there's people that don't have an internship or aren't able to be registered for internship. So what we're going to do, we're making an emergency situation where we're going to create an internship in the summer for those people. I think we have 10 people with, I think, 2 more that are waiting for affiliation agreements. So here's the situation, all right? That even if you're not as long as you didn't fail out of the courses last semester, and you're planning on finishing the program, and you're going to do your internship in the summer, well, we only offer the resident weekends in the spring, in January and April. So as long as you didn't fail out of the program, you have every intention of finishing the program, you should come to resident weekends, all right? The last weekend in January, and then near the end of April. I'm not sure if it's the last or second to last, but we'll get those dates to you. Because we won't repeat that information. So once you finish your internship, what we do is we contact Illinois Certification Board and say, this person has finished all the qualifications. So we cover information, especially on the resident weekends of the internship semester, that we don't cover anywhere else, especially the impact on family systems and children. And you have to have that covered, or we can't say that you fulfilled all the training requirements. I hope that makes sense. So if you have an intent on finishing this program and you did not fail out of the academic classes last semester, the fall semester, you should attend the resident weekends, even if you're not registered as a visiting student for the spring, or you don't have your internship finalized yet. Maybe we need to talk to each of you, the ones that didn't register as visiting students. I don't know what the problem is, guys. There's just some things you got to do, you got to follow through on. I'm hoping that you'll be able to register for the summer. If you register for the summer, then we can register you for the internship class, and your internship could start in the summer. I hope that makes sense. I got a little bit off track with all that money. As soon as we track down, as soon as Illinois Rural Health Association gets this transferring like all the money for the rest of the year to them, you'll get the past assistant requests immediately once they get it. They've got the list, they've got the addresses. As soon as they get it, they'll disperse it. By the way, please make sure that your address is current, because they will send a check to the address you gave to Illinois Rural Health Association. I know of at least one person who has moved. So be sure that you update your address with Jennifer Ridge and with Illinois Rural Health Association, because they're the ones that will be sending the check. All right, so let's talk about stipends. Stipends are handled a little bit differently than in the past. I know you don't care about this, it's too much details, but the state has set certain things we have to follow with the stipends. Okay, so you will get stipends for internship if you have your affiliation agreement in place and you're starting your internship on the 15th and the 1st of every month. It's in the amount of I forget the exact amount, just under $850 every 2 weeks. I really hope they get that money in time for January 15th. All right? I'm hoping that January 15th, Illinois Rural Health Association will have all that money, and it'll be no problem, and people will get the 10 people that are currently registered for internship. I know 2 are just working the affiliation agreement. We'll get your stipend check the 15th. You know, everything has gone so wrong with this whole money thing that, let's just say, hypothetically, they don't get the money. In that case, you will get a double stipend check on the 1st. And I know you'll have it by then. I can guarantee. I just want to say that because I'm just so tired of having things go wrong with this transferring. The whole idea of having a subcontractor was supposed to make it easier. And that hasn't been the case. I think we can still iron this out and make it work. Anyway, so if you have started your internship, the affiliation agreements in place, you registered for the internship class, you started even just 1 hour of your internship, you're good to go. Now, some of those people still looking for internships, we can still register you for the spring. If there's any way to do the spring internship, it's better, okay? I'm telling you, it's better to do it that way. Even if you have a late start, it's better to do it in the spring, because it gets really awkward and difficult in the summer. I don't want to go into it, but it's very complicated. The fiscal year ends June 30th, and that's in the middle of the summer. It causes a lot of difficulties and problems. So therefore, it is best for you to do your internship, if at all possible, this semester in the spring semester. We have a few university delays, which is that we can freely register students for classes the first 2 weeks of classes. So that would take us to about the first week of February. Yep, first week of February. So if you don't have an internship yet, and you're registered as a visiting student, by the way, there were 3 different people I know that the registrar asked for more information. You filled out the application, but they asked for more information, and the information by 3 of the students was not provided to registrar. So therefore, you are not registered as a visiting student. So except for those people, if you registered as a visiting student, you can then, and you don't have an internship yet, we can still work with you. Please let Nikki and I know if you're in that situation. Nikki has a better grasp on the hands-on thing about this than I do. Okay? So you've got till the first week of February. That's a whole month. And I can help you, and Nikki can help you. All right? So, just to review, unless you academically failed last semester classes and you have the intention of continuing with the program, and you're not registered as a visiting student for the spring, or you don't have an internship, but you plan on doing this, you need to come to resident weekend. Otherwise, you're out of luck. Because like I said, there's content we'll cover then that we won't cover elsewhere. And you won't be able to do excuse me, I'm having some really bad asthma problems. Sorry about that. You won't, if you do internship in the summer, we will not have resident weekends, so you won't be able to cover the material on its really important information. Okay, and we have some really good content coming. Good speakers and good content. I believe that Nanette is coming in April. All right, so we also have one of the things I did this year. I took some of the budget money and I created a little professional library for each of you. Maybe I shouldn't say professional because it's supposed to be a non-professional role, technically, non-clinical role. I created a sort of your own little professional library, I think 7 or 8 books related to multiple pathways to recovery and to recovery support services. When you come for the resident weekend, we will give you your own personal library. It's a nice resource. All right, so unless you failed out and you don't plan in completing the program, you should plan on being there for the resident weekend. Now let's talk about this. I tried to make this easier for Jennifer by we were going to give you guys the money and have you guys pay for the hotel. I just couldn't risk that would happen or not. So don't worry about it. We will pay for the hotels. I think even we'll make the reservations. You just have to be in communication with Jennifer about whether you're coming or not. All right. And some people bring family members. If you're bringing a family member, please let us know so we can account for food that way too. Okay. So you need to let Jennifer know if you're coming to the January resident weekend. So if you need a hotel for the January, you need to tell us either way. You need to check in with Jennifer. She's going to check in with all of you to make sure you're coming so we can get the meal count. I know a lot of people are local. They don't want to stay at the hotel. That's okay. We just need to know so we don't make reservations for people that are local that aren't going to stay at the home student center. And then we'll cover all that. I know that some people need help getting there. I'm going to see what I can do about, let's see if those funds hit IHR in time. Then I could do an emergency dispersal of funds for people that need help support to get to the resident weekend. We'll see how that goes. The problem is it will take NIU too long. So let's hope that works. Okay, let me know if that's a problem. I have a certain amount of money I'm giving to everyone to help them get to the resident weekend. Let me know if you have higher costs to get to the resident weekend. Okay, so sorry I'm going over all these details. You guys you're on your way. Okay, you did the academic coursework. You just have your 300-hour internship. You're getting close. Okay, you're getting close, and we'll also start talking about the test and preparing for the test and reviewing for the test and the process of the test. We'll cover most of that in April. But if you're already in your internship, please be keeping track of all your hours and what you're doing. Okay. We also have a new thing we're doing this year with every site that's taking one of our students gets a $1,000 donation to the site from the grant to thank them for having you as an intern. All right. I know I'm forgetting something. I hope not. Please let Nikki and I know if you have questions. I got to tell you that I am doing an internship as well in Wisconsin with an organization called the Production Farm. I am doing an internship there, so my time will even be tighter this semester as I do an internship. I'm doing this right along with you. We did a separate section. I did all the classes when you guys did them last semester. I'll be doing my internship. I'll be taking the test when you guys take the test at the end. So I'll be a CRSS and CPRS. Excuse me. Sorry about that. All right, so guys, don't mean to be such a Debbie Downer. We're moving along. Okay, the train's moving along. You're really close to being done, and let me know how I can support you and how I can help you. And once again, I apologize for all of these problems we've had with transferring the funds. And like I said, it doesn't matter to you, but I know I think I've come up with a way so we won't have any of these problems starting next year. And I thank you for your patience and your tolerance and your forgiveness while we deal with this. Universities are difficult organizations to deal with sometimes. And we're doing the best we can. And as soon as we get that money to AHR, all of the promised funds will be going out. Okay? All right. So let me know. Also, I don't know if you one of those 3 people that didn't follow up with requests from registration so that you could become registered as a visiting student. We need to get to the bottom of that. It's too late for spring, but we need to find out if it's what they asked and why it wasn't supplied, and what I can do to help so we can get that supplied for the visiting student status for the summer. Okay? Also, this is really important. If for any reason you do not want the stipend for the internship, there's different people in different situations where getting income may hurt their retirement benefits or may hurt certain government benefits they're getting for whatever reason. There's a lot of different reasons. Please let me know or Nikki know as soon as possible, because like I said, we plan on issuing the first stipend checks January 15th to everyone who's in a site. If you have a site lined up and you're waiting for the affiliation agreement, and you don't want the stipend for whatever reason, let me know, because otherwise we'll be distributing them out, and it's easier to stop it before it goes out than to fix it later. Okay, I hope you all had a nice break over the holidays and had a good happy new year. You're gonna blink and it's gonna be over. Okay, you're gonna blink and it's gonna be April and it's over. So let me or Nikki know if you have any questions. And once again, sorry, I really profusely apologize for these problems with the money. Doing the best I can, and it's really difficult at times. Okay. All right. So we will see you all in a few weeks in January for the resident weekend. Got some exciting, interesting material to cover, I think. And interesting speakers. I think that you will like it. I'm just talking firming up a lawyer coming that's going to do the how to seal records or get the whole thing about quashing or sealing records for people with felonies that are worried about how that affecting their employment. Okay? All right. Happy New Year, guys, and take care, and we'll see you in a few weeks. See ya.